wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake,
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you smash that like button and share the stream so your friends and family can witness this monstrosity we call a live show. We have Eazy over here. We got Pete in the Maz chair. We got JB in his booth. We got Chris in his booth, and I am Spencer Raxter.
Smash Roy boys,
We got a lot
mate.
to. Oh man.
What?
One leg. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about.
Special guest Pete, he's in the building. He wanted to break down the
What's up, boys?
Jeffrey Epstein list that just came out. Pete, what are your thoughts? Can confirm no Jimmy Kimmel.
No Jimmy Kimmel on the list.
Don't get sued.
There's a bunch of people we didn't know.
He barely
Actually,
missed it. Stephen Hawking's dumbass is on there. Fucking locked
Michael
out
Jackson
for good.
was on there.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
That kind of. I mean,
that
tracks.
it makes sense.
That tracks.
The math adds up on that one.
If you're still fighting that cause in 2023 that he's or 2024 that he's innocent,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot like scientists, which I guess makes sense if you. I watched the
They're doing
doc.
experiments.
Yeah.
Well, he donates a lot to science.
Philanthropy.
He was a friend of scientists, I guess. I don't know. 2 former presidents, Trump.
Trump is.
Clinton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And scientists are like OnlyFans. Like they just follow the money. They just follow the money. If you give them $1 million, they'll research whatever, wherever. That's what they do.
It's true.
And as I promised to myself, as I cried in the bathroom mirror one time, Brad Allen is a piece of shit. Doesn't deserve to referee the NFL.
Yeah.
Should be official in the NFL.
He's just doing that every
Day. Every day.
Okay.
Every single day.
How long?
Until he's fired. He should not be officiating the NFL. The game is the integrity of the game is in question as long as he's an official for the NFL.
MPWMU says Jimmy Kimmel's personal chef for 6 years was on the list, though.
Jimmy Kimmel's personal chef of 6 years was in there. I think he was also what's his name's personal chef.
Did a little scouting trip.
I mean, like, I don't know if that makes him the guy.
I don't know.
You know,
It's sketchy.
like you were friends with Joey Morrison, that didn't make you a
I
accomplice of Joey
wouldn't say I
Morrison.
was friends with Joey Morrison.
But you know what I'm
I
saying?
went
It's
to
like,
school with Joey Morrison. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't say we were
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, okay.
that's-
It's crazy.
Pull up the tape.
Even though that news hit, no one knew who the fuck
Acquaintances.
Joey Morrison was. But
You
you
were
made
friends
him
with
more
Parker.
famous than anything.
You
You're
know.
friends with Parker. We don't know what he's gonna do yet.
We don't know what
You
he's
know-
going
you
to
know
do.
something.
We know
That's
he's
a-
capable of crazy things.
To be honest,
Unfinished story.
the group chat was lit this morning. First and foremost, I want to start with this. I think we discovered like one of the coolest things ever. You could call anyone a name of a food,
Yeah,
and it's a great insult.
as an insult. Yeah,
Like you fucking waffle.
Yeah, any food, like you goddamn French toast. Like
Pete, you need to stop acting like a goddamn sausage all the
Yeah.
time. it's
You pizza Easy, you pizza. That doesn't sound good.
sounds racist when you say it. I
fucking
don't know.
pepperoni. You fucking pepperoni. You gotta call him pepperoni.
Pepperoni,
That sounds
You fucking
disrespectful.
French toast stick.
Yeah.
Goddamn fruit cup.
Yeah,
French
that's-
fry.
Yeah.
You
But
damn
it's when you
mango.
call somebody that, the insult itself is just like that person's questioning it for the rest of the day. Like,
I called Booner a kumquat, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Is
you know what I'm saying? The rest of your day, like what features of me makes me a kumquat?
You stupid little mango.
You zucchini.
Well, that's
Great
racist.
insult. Great insult. But aside from that, I posted that picture of the guy who did the thing in the movies. Kind of did look like Parker.
Oh yeah,
If you
yeah.
threw some glasses
the
on that
Joker
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
That guy is
He's on
terrifying.
Parker's Mount Rushmore for sure.
Piece of shit. Anyway,
yeah.
speaking of shots fired
Him,
or
Ritz, like-
shooting, Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons, hey, they were lit last night.
Yeah.
They were shooting
Cade
that thing.
30 points, Bogey 30 points, Alec Burks came back alive. I'm gonna let you take this one away, Chris, because you did spaces on this last night.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see the offense clicking that well against a bad team in Utah, but overall, it was still a lot of the same frustrations that you have. You still have James Wiseman being played. Like, I just think that's where every game should. I think every Pistons talk should start with, why is James Wiseman playing? I think that should just be the first point, and then you get to move on to actual basketball analysis, because why the hell is that man playing minutes in the NBA? Period. But other than that, man, it's same problems. Monty playing the bench unit not being good enough to play in the NBA. And, it was good to see Cade around guys like Burks, Bojan, and Livers who played well for stretches last night, but ultimately had some, like that 3-point shot that just got blocked by Walker Kessler was absolutely stupid. Thank God Bojan was there. But you take those pieces around Cade and Duren of Livers, Bojan, Burks, and it shows you that if you have better players than that, because they all played out of their mind, they all played above what they're capable of playing consistently. But if you have those guys around Cade and Duren, it works. You score a lot of points. You're in games. So I think that was the most reassuring takeaway that you can have. Now, do you trust the front office to get those pieces and all that is a whole nother story. But you at least saw, as a Piston fan last night, you saw the semblance of a team that can be functional and can be even very good.
Yeah, that's like, for the perception of Benedict Mathurin being a better shooter, a longer body. I wouldn't say a better defender so far. I think they're both kind of bad at defense, him and Ivy. But that's what I wanted. Like what you saw last night. I've wanted to surround Cade Cunningham with shooters the entire time. That's been my entire beef. Not even necessarily beef anymore too, because we got him, and I'm hoping he's going to be a good player. But like that's what I want around Cade Cunningham is shooters.
Yeah.
And you see the shooters around him or at least the shooters knocking down the shots. They're not, obviously they didn't win the game, but pretty damn close.
Even if they're role players like Dorian Finley-Smith or guys like that just play good defense, because you saw that down the stretch. Lauri Markkanen's 3 that should have ended it if it wasn't for Alec Burks' heroic 3 in regulation. But that 3 from Lauri was off of a bad switch. You have good defensive players in there. That kind of stuff like Burks and Bojan aren't going to get tore up. So, like, again, those pieces, just better versions of those pieces, and you're actually building something. And while those are hard pieces to get, they're pretty easy to identify in today's NBA. So I have faith that a team with a bunch of cap space should have all the resources they need to get a couple of those players, and that makes a huge difference. That plus, Cade Cunningham obviously taking the lead, not dribbling the ball off his foot, things of that nature.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Good job, Chris.
Encouraging.
But enough about the Pistons.
No, how about the poster? The poster Cade put on Walker Kessler last night. I didn't know he had it in him.
Dude,
I'll take that every day. Oh, how about Duren's, too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Duren's like, I don't know what the hell he did. He saddled up after he dunked on him.
Do you think that was intentional? There's no way you don't know he's like
definitely intentional.
Directly beneath you.
It was, but it was also very intentional on Kessler to like run,
stay under him.
To stay under him and run. Like, so both things were true. Because Duren couldn't hang on the rim, he would have got a tech. Especially in Utah, dunking over a white man.
You can hang on the rim if you're not going to fall on somebody, or hanging on the rim to make sure that you safely get down. Yeah. But he just said fuck that, and he landed right on his shoulders and rode him until the free throw line.
So you won't get in trouble for the hanging on 5 seconds?
If you're hanging on the rim and he's like standing under you, that's fine.
If you dunk on a white man in Utah and hang on the rim, you're getting a tech. You're probably even getting ejected.
You're getting
jail.
a ticket.
He rode a white dude in Utah.
Yeah, honestly, God, that was the crazy part. Chris, I sent you one other video in Slack real quick too. I've kind of been stalling.
Oh, sweet.
But I don't know, man. Nice to see the Pistons come back alive. I'm not expecting that every night though for Alec Burks to do what he did. That was
you can't.
Yeah, the Pistons suck. Nobody cares about the Pistons.
People do care about the Pistons, actually, Spinny. You're incorrect in that. They're the second most popular team in the city right now.
Pistons are terrible.
I mean, that may be true, but people care.
Nobody wants to talk about the Pistons. They fucking suck.
People do want to talk about the Pistons. Pistons do pretty well. Why? What do you want to move on to?
Isaiah Buggs getting signed to the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs practice squad. I saw that.
So it's not a fact that he can't play. It's not a fact that he's not a good piece. Squad? Well, he could have been on our practice squad.
He didn't want to be.
Maybe he didn't want to be, but he wants to be on the Chiefs. Maybe he didn't want to be. Maybe they ran him out of town. Maybe they misused him. I don't know. But you can't tell me that Buggs isn't a better option than Tyson Alualu. Like, I don't understand.
To be fair, Tyson Alualu has had like longer history in the NFL. And starting,
what has he done in the NFL?
He played for Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure. I think he was part of that defense. Tyson Alualu is a lot more reputable than Isaiah Buggs. I'm not trying to shit on Isaiah Buggs by any means. Let's check his stats. But comparing the two, Tyson Alualu has been in the league a long time, started in the league a long time, piece of 2 quality defenses from when we first looked him up when he got signed somewhere. I'm not making the comp there, but there's definitely the situation between the Detroit Lions and Isaiah Buggs more personal one than I think has the capability of playing. I'm not going to get that wrong. But I'm also not going to champion a practice squad signing either.
He's also 36 compared to Bugs, so he's been in the league for 10 more years.
Yeah, which is a good thing, though. That's a good sign. Dude's playing ball. He's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, again, 36-year-old.
I don't
How
think
much does he have left in the tank?
Maybe he
was
past
good.
his rookie deal with the Steelers.
Maybe he was good and effective in the league 10 years ago, but can he still be good and effective in this league? I don't know. We've seen Isaiah Bugs be good and effective in this league this year and last year, so I don't know.
I think you're. I mean, I think we're all upset about it, but I'm not like shitting on Tyson Olahu because of it. I think he is. I mean, you saw. I don't know. Did you listen to the players speak yesterday? Mm-hmm. I mean, Alim had a lot of good things to say. Yeah. Because of the 10 years experience he had.
A lot of the players loved Isaiah Bugs too. We saw him leading huddles. We saw him hyping guys up. He's a big part of this emotional part of this team last year and when he was in there this year.
Pete, did you get to talk about that at all during your guys' show on E&E?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isaiah Bugs?
Yeah, well, we were just estimating where he's possibly going to go. We talked about him being cut, but we didn't. Now that news broke that he's on the Chiefs, it absolutely makes sense because they're short on linebackers and they need the help, and that's a perfect place for him.
One thing I will say that I will miss about Isaiah Bugs is like the sacksmen have been there consistently enough to like bag and like want that from him, but he always had. It seemed like every once in a while he'd get his hand up there on the ball, get like a pass deflection. Obviously the fumble situation is Dalvin Cook, who by the way just signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Shout in the chat, whoever gave us that. That's also a spinning prediction. Shout to him for that one too. But we'll see. We'll see if he continues to bring that. I guess I'm looking for his pass deflections this year. Just one.
I just don't
his
think
numbers are. I mean, a lot of his numbers are better. For being honest with you.
Well, yeah, he played in the league for 10 more years. Obviously, he's going to have more tackles if you played for 10 years.
Well, I'm just saying, even in like the single seasons he's had, like Bugs hasn't had a season comparable to Olahu up until Olahu's like later in his career.
So, what he is now?
Well, I mean, we don't know what he is now. We'll find out. I'm hopeful he's.
I mean, you can't be
valuable to
looking at
us.
stats from Tyson Alualu from 10 years ago and be like, yeah, he's still this guy.
2020 is like the last like full season. I guess Pittsburgh you put up there too in 2022. He only started the 2 games, so he wasn't really starting. But that's also a good defensive line. But I don't think he would. They'd need him to start. I think he broke his ankle the year before that too. So I'd go to 2020. He has a 1 pass deflection, which Isaiah Bugs has this year. 2 sacks, which is doubling Isaiah Bugs.
How many games did he play
career
in
high
that game? In that year?
In 2022?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, in 2020. In 2020, he played 10 games.
Okay, so that's
He played 15
5
games.
times as many as Bugs
15
has played
games,
this
started
year.
10.
And Bugs has played, 3 games this year?
He's better than Bugs, bro.
I mean, yeah, you can keep telling yourself that.
I'm not telling myself that. That's by the numbers.
That a 36-year-old.
The guy's been in the league 10 years. Listen,
Yes, okay,
Isaiah
he's
Bugs
older
even
than him.
lasts
He's
his-
been in the league longer than him. He's going to have more stats than him.
Bro,
That's what
Isaiah
happens when you
Bugs
play in
even
the league
lasts
for
his
10
rookie
years.
contract.
You didn't like what Isaiah Bugs did for the Lions last year.
I was happy, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's better than Olahu when Olahu clearly has been better his entire career.
His entire career,
Bugs even
yeah,
lasts
he's got a
his rookie deal.
longer career. That's for sure, yeah.
Because he's a better player.
He is a better player right now at 36 than Isaiah Bugs is at 27.
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. No, I don't think he is.
Quite possibly. I mean, again,
And I don't think they have the depth in the interior defensive line to just be throwing guys away that can make a difference.
No, that's fair. I can't argue that at all. Real quick before we go to break, I don't know. David Tepper flying $300,000. That happened earlier in the week. I did want to report it at some point. What? Oh,
They got so JB and Chris
hot dog suit
tied for the hot dog suit. So to settle it, they're gonna do Jack Labrador to 3, and the loser has to wear the hot dog suit for this episode. So it's on you guys.
All right,
All
JB.
right, let's do this.
Two
You
cam
ready? All
Two
right.
cam it.
Yep, 2 cam it up.
Got
All
it.
right,
So
okay.
is it?
Who do you think's winning? Put in the chat right now.
Jack Labrador, and
Okay.
you go on door.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Ready?
all right.
Jack Labrador.
All right,
Ooh, tie.
rock and rock.
0-0.
No,
All right.
I had the.
Oh,
damn.
put it in
Oh,
the
I see it.
camera. Oh,
It's
yeah,
tied.
keep
It's
it
tied
in
right
camera.
now. Yeah.
Nobody saw
We would have
that.
lost, but we'll let it be tied because nobody saw it.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do this.
All right. Yeah. My
right.
bad. I was out of frame.
You're good.
Jack Labrador.
JB
Ooh,
wins.
JB wins that one.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
1-0
JB's
JB.
up
All
1.
right.
Ready?
Jack Labrador.
Oh, Chris
1-1.
just tied it. 1-1.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Ready?
Jack
Jack
Labrador.
Labrador.
JB's up 2
Tie.
now. Oh, wait.
Tie.
Wait.
Bro.
Oh,
what is
tie.
it?
Chris, do
Chris, you got weird-ass fucking fingers, man.
I can't see.
All right, it's 1-1.
It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
What are you doing with your other hand, bro? All right.
That's the
Your
joke,
finger
buddy.
up Pete's ass like that.
Easy.
All right, go.
Easy.
All right, here's my strong hand.
Jack, Labrador.
All right,
All right, 1-1.
go.
Jack, Labrador.
All right, JB's up 2-1.
Isn't it up to up to
It's up to 3.
Okay,
Up to
no,
3.
that's a 3.
Okay.
Got you.
All right,
Jack, Labrador.
Okay, tied.
Jack, Labrador.
JB.
Damn.
Raise 3-1.
All right, I'll get your hot dog suit during the break.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, while I do that, Chris, tell us about Glorious Cannabis.
All right. Glorious Cannabis is back with a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a
Cucumber.
gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of your Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary and get them 25% off at checkout using the promo code Woodward. Visit gloriouscanada.com today.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
RIP to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila Brandon Dad for putting them to rest. And guess what else has found its grave? Same old rock, paper, scissors. Jack Labrador has revolutionized that tired game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jacklabrador.gg now and figure out why once you go Jack, you never go back.
What up, though? Welcome to World Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. We got Spitball Rex, Young Chris, JB Smooth. We got Pete in the Maz chair. And the next segment, we'll be joined by Mike Payton, Woodward Heavyweights veteran, talking about, actually, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. First and foremost, we'll get out the way. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't make the Pro Bowl list, despite being quite literally top 5 in every statistical category in the NFL, not just the NFC, in the NFL.
Yeah.
At the wide receiver position. Spinney, what are your takes on that?
It really sticks in my craw. No, it's it pisses me off. Amon-Ra St. Brown is by far a top 3 receiver in the NFC. He should be in the Pro Bowl, and I think he'll get in there. Well, hopefully he won't be in there. Hopefully no Lions will be in there, because hopefully they'll be playing in the Super Bowl. But I do think he deserves it. I do think he put up the numbers, the stats to prove that. And he got hosed, man. So it sucks. It sucks for Amon-Ra St. Brown, but that's just going to give the guy more fire. And if they play the Rams, week 1 of the playoffs, Puka Nacua made the Pro Bowl over him. So that's just going to give him more motivation to go out there, catch for 10 balls, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I feel for my guy Amon-Ra, but he deserves it, man. He deserves it. I know he's not thinking about that. He doesn't really care about Pro Bowls. They care about wins. They care about playoff wins and stuff like that. But he deserves it. He worked his ass off all year. He put in the numbers, put in the effort, made it happen, and he got hoed.
Yeah, he's tied 4th in touchdowns. He's 5th in yards, and then he's tied 2nd in total receptions. And this is like the entire NFL. But can I be honest with you guys? You want to be mad at somebody? Look in the mirror. Be mad at yourselves. Be mad at me. Be mad at Spinney. Be mad at Kumquat, Chris. Be mad at JB Smooth.
You fucking zucchini.
You fucking zucchini. This is a popularity contest.
See,
you vote these people into these positions.
That's not true.
That is true.
Amon-Ra St. Brown had more fan votes than Mike Evans and Puka Nacua and didn't make it over either of them.
Wow.
So that means the players, the coaches, and the GMs put them in above Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Are you serious?
Yes. Broder told us today on BDE that Amon-Ra St. Brown had more fan votes than Puka and Mike Evans.
Wow. I am to hear that. I guess I can't tell yourself, look in the mirror, you kumquats.
Yeah.
This is on the players and coaches. Can you make the argument in the same way that you would say, although obviously better numbers than Justin Jefferson and like on pace with Justin Jefferson, on pace with I think he broke Calvin Johnson's record in the first 3 years of his career. You obviously would still say those guys are better receivers, like
yes, more talented receivers.
So do you view Puka in that way?
No. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a more talented receiver. He had a better year. He had better numbers than him. And you look at Mike Evans. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 112 receptions to Mike Evans' 76. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 1,371 yards to Mike Evans' 1,233. And Mike Evans did have 13 touchdowns to Amon-Ra's 9. But still, the man had, a quarter more catches than him, more yards. Like, come on, man. It's disgusting, honestly.
Well, I mean, from the players and coaches' perspective, I guess I could say, and I guess I would see the point where, Mike Evans is helping carry the Buccaneers to, the few wins they have gotten. You know what I'm saying? Especially, the 13 touchdowns. Yards, you'll love yards. One thing you don't want to let happen is touchdowns. And then this guy, Mike Evans, 13 of those things.
Then where's that?
And
where's
year
that,
10?
Where's that same energy with Puka?
So Puka...
Amon-Ra's got 4 more touchdowns than Puka.
So Puka more yards and less receptions.
And less touchdowns.
But I'm saying he has more yards, though.
Yeah, so it's the same exact thing.
And a lot less receptions. So I'm saying, is he being looked at as a guy that's and I don't want to put him in that category because he's not in that category in my book, but is he being looked at a guy that's a better pound-for-pound receiver?
No, he shouldn't be.
Do you think it could be that conversation down the road? I mean, this is year 1 for that kid.
No, I don't think it is. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown has proved that he's a top 3 receiver in the NFC, and I think having him outside of this is blasphemous. It's laughable. The guy goes out there and he gives work to the defense every single day, every single week. It doesn't matter who you put on him. He catches the ball. He makes things happen. He wins games. He scores touchdowns late in games. He makes sure to get the ball in the end zone. It's disgusting. And the GMs, the coaches that voted on this and that put Puka and Mike Evans over Amon-Ra St. Brown should be ashamed of themselves.
I have no problem with Mike Evans being over Amon-Ra St. Brown, to be honest with you guys. The one I have issue with is Puka Nacua. That's where I have a little bit of beef. But let's appease the gobblers in the building. Not in the building, I apologize, but in the chat. How about JG? JG, not even the first alternate. He's the second
alternate.
He's got the 3rd most yards. I think he's top.
What quarterbacks made it?
It was
Jalen
Dak.
Hurts?
No. Oh, I don't know. He might be the alternate over him, but it was
So
Dak.
it's Brock, Dak, and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. Staffy the only one. I mean, if you want to put Dak, you want to put Brock over him, obviously, it makes sense.
Can't argue that.
Stafford's
pretty wild. And then I'd assume Jalen Hurts.
He has played less games, I guess.
I'd assume Jalen Hurts is the first alternate.
Yes. I'm assuming so. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder where Broder gets the voting.
Here's the list of the Lions alternates just so we can put
Yeah. Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, both first alternates. Jared Goff is a second alternate. Jonah's a third. Monty's a fourth. Khalif's a fourth. And Anzalone's a fifth, which is pretty wild.
Anzalone a fifth as well.
Yeah, you're going to tell me there's 8 linebackers in the NFC that are having better years than Anzalone?
Yeah, that's the point.
We couldn't even name 10 in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we get to 5, 6, or 7, somewhere in that range, and Anzalone was there, and that was the whole NFL, let alone just the NFC.
So I'm trying to
Biggins
find
says
where...
NFL wants to increase Polynesian viewership. They want to get those Portuguese viewers.
Biggins, you coconut.
Fucking Kiwi.
Who let Swift in the Pro Bowl? That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of wild too.
That is crazy.
I mean,
he had 60 more yards than Gibbs and 6 or 7 less touchdowns.
I think he had more because Gibbs at 915 and Swift is at 1,000 something. First 1,000-yard year. I mean, listen, I think Swift has always been a Pro Bowl talent.
He's got
never been able to stay healthy.
He's got 1,049.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure Gibbs is 915 or something like that. So it's
915. So he's got 100 more yards.
But he has 9 more total touchdowns.
Yeah.
I read somewhere. I can't confirm. I haven't looked it up my damn self. I know that Gibbs has 9 touchdowns to, I think Swift has 4? 4 or 5. And then obviously the receiving aspect of it too. Which Gibbs, he's been dropping the ball quite a bit lately.
He's been dropping the ball.
I noticed that as a trait of his. But I guess with the Goff, who's more disrespected by the snub? Is it Goff or Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra. There's no way you can convince me that Amon-Ra is in the top 3 wide receiver in the NFC.
Chris, you smiling like you had something to say.
I was just waiting for you because you almost wanted to defend Goff there. You were close.
I kind of did. I honestly, yeah. Well, because like the Amon-Ra situation, look at a guy who's like top 5 and everything. Well, because Goff's pretty much top 5 and everything too. Pete, where were you at with this?
Oh, I think that Amon-Ra for sure, sun god all the way. Because I mean, I know that Goff's obviously leading the Lions' offense. That's great and all, but he's a little bit too inconsistent for me. Where sun god's always there, he's always making the plays. So just because sun god's not 6'4" AJ Brown style, that doesn't make him a non-number 1 receiver. You guys remember a guy named Torrey Holt for the Rams, 6'1" at most, and he did just fine. So Amon-Ra is a number 1 receiver. He should be a top Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I'm looking to. I kind of want to see where I have to message Broder and see where the votes are, because I wonder what kept Jared Goff out. Because number wise, he's there. Was it like a?
I don't know.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Goff should be in over Stafford.
Goff should be in over Stafford
based on what they've done this year.
Being quite
in that argument, yes.
Only one less interception Stafford has, and 24 touchdowns. Were to Goff's 29 total, because he has 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Don't forget the 2 rushing tutties that JG got this year.
And it's not like the Lions aren't one of the best teams in the conference, like record-wise. Like they're one of the best teams in the conference. They're technically still eligible for a 2 seed in the conference. So to have the 2 probably biggest weapons in or most important pieces to your offense in Goff and Amon-Ra both miss the Pro Bowl from the potentially second best team in the NFC is wild.
That is true.
That's wild.
I wonder if it's being viewed as like, I don't know, man. There's a couple ways to look at this, because
like we can't put them all in.
Well, that too, obviously, because Goff should be in there by the numbers.
Yeah,
right?
but why exclude them?
If it's the coaches and the players that excluded like Amon-Ra, is it the same? I want to know if that's the same situation going on with JG, because are they looking at look at Ben Johnson's offense, who's like, yeah, exactly, like he's blessing everybody in the system. It's the first NFL offense in history. Shout out to Ben Johnson, by the way, the first NFL offense in history to have 4 more players with over 850 yards from scrimmage. That's insane. 4 of those guys. I mean, that's like,
you would think coaching staffs would not give Sam Laporta that credit, right? Like they would. I get Sam Laporta's having an amazing year, but I mean, you would think if anybody gets the disrespect from the coaching staff, it's the young player, the player that's new here and just arriving. Not Amon-Ra, who's had now seasons of consistency. Goff, who's now had 2 very good seasons. I don't know. That part confuses me.
Because I'm thinking NFC tight ends. Kittle. Who else am I missing there? Hawk. Yeah, Hawk's
but he's
hurt.
injured.
Yeah. So I'm going to message Broder during the commercial break, because I'm really curious to see.
Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert, yep. That's another one, too.
Yeah.
He was injured a lot of the year.
Yeah, that's true, but he was good.
But I'll give it Broder. I want to see the difference, who was let in through votes and who was denied through players and coaches.
Oh, forget Jason Ferguson for Dallas.
Yeah.
Did he make it?
I don't think so.
No, but he was solid season.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad at the guys that we got in there. I was kind of surprised Hutch made it in there.
Yeah, that's
especially
with
the way voting went, because he had his breakout game this past week.
I'm surprised Hutch made it too.
King of pressures, baby.
Well, when we get back, we'll have Mike Payton join the show. We'll get his thoughts and opinions on the matter, but not before I tell you guys about Mark White. Because whether you're buying or selling real estate, Mark White is the best place to go. Check out the website. It's markwhitesells.com, or visit him at 248-290-8242. Again, that's markwhitesells.com. And right now, he can save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. It's up to $5,000. You're there, right? $5,000. I play around and say dollar hairs, but it's actual dollars. $5,000.
$5,000?
markwhitesells.com. Check him out.
Damn.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out the Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. We got Pete Spivak in the building breaking down the Jeffrey Epstein list and all the names around it. No, but I do want to introduce a special guest we have joining us. This is my guy Mike Payton from A to Z Sports. Make sure you guys give him a follow. It's A to Z Payton now?
Yeah, A to Z _ Payton.
What's up, man? How you been?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Feeling good. Appreciate you for joining our show. And we just got done talking about the Pro Bowl and what's going on there in that situation. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the matter. Who do you think was the bigger snub on the Lions? Was it Amon-Ra St. Brown or was it Jared Goff? Because Jared Goff's not even the first alternate. He's the second alternate.
You know what? Both those guys are snubs. I think St. Brown is a big snub. But you know who I think the biggest snub is David Montgomery. How does this guy get the fifth alternate when DeAndre Swift gets in and he has 74 less yards than Swift does in 3 less games?
Wow.
Montgomery, if he plays the whole season, we're talking about a guy who, I don't know if he touches
too, right?
Yeah, 12 touchdowns already. If he plays the whole season, he's near Christian McCaffrey in rushing yards. It's the disrespect is real when it comes to David Montgomery.
And I thought Anzalone, too, at being the fifth alternate. So you're going to tell me there's, 6, 7 linebackers that are having a better season in the NFC than Alex Anzalone? I find that hard to believe, too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Alex Anzalone, but I get it, man. Part of that is star power and stuff, and Anzalone doesn't really have it outside of Detroit, so I think that
not that
probably
many
Anzalones. Yeah, the fan vote was pretty low on Anzalone. He got in because of coaches and players.
I heard the song start to play.
That's my ringtone.
I gotta ask you, man. The NFLPA did the vote. I think it was 1,500 players. I could have the number wrong, but
1,700.
1,700. Thank you. And they had asked them. Who's your their favorite head coaching candidates out of the offensive coordinators and special teams and all that good stuff like that? I guess there's 2 ways we take it. One, Aaron Glenn ended up being number 1 out of the defensive candidates, and then for the top 5, that at least Ben Johnson completely absent. What are your thoughts on that? And I guess start with Ben Johnson. That's the biggest head scratcher for me.
Yeah, I don't think that that's anything that should go against Ben Johnson. I think that. This was a list that players put together of guys that they think would be the best leaders of men, and I would assume that Ben Johnson definitely got some votes for that. I don't think that he didn't. I just think a guy's got more votes than he did. I don't know if that's going to hurt him come time to get a head coaching job, because the teams that were going to hire him were probably going to do it regardless, because teams are super in on the offensive gurus and the analytic type guys, and Ben Johnson is probably going to get a head coaching job just because of that. But I think as far as Aaron Glenn goes, you cannot overlook Aaron Glenn getting a head coaching job this offseason. You just cannot do it. And this list probably made his chances surge to about as high as they could possibly be at the moment, because what this list just told every GM in the NFL is looking for a new head coach, or every team owner rather, is that this is a guy that players want to play for, and this is a guy that can bring in a culture and can be a leader of a team, similar to what his head coach Dan Campbell is doing now, or what Antonio Pierce is doing with the Raiders. You don't have to be that guru or that analytics guy anymore. You can just be a guy that can lead a team, and Aaron Glenn can do that.
Yeah, and speaking of leading the team, obviously the Detroit Lions are going into a matchup against the Minnesota Vikings this week, and Dan Campbell says he's not resting these guys. He says he's not resting the starters. I know that they've got, like an outside shot of getting that 2 seed still. I don't think it's going to happen personally, because I don't see the the Eagles and the Cowboys losing to the lesser parts of the NFC East. But do you think the Lions should pull back on the reins, rest some of their guys for the playoffs, or are you with Dan Campbell, let them go out there and get their anger out on the Minnesota Vikings?
No, I think you got to play them. I think it's the best thing that you can do is play your starters. You take the chance that the Commanders and the Giants come out and want to beat a division leader going into the playoffs. I mean, the Cowboys, they have to win that game to become the NFC East champions. I'm sure the Commanders don't want that to happen, so they'll give it their best. I don't think it's going to matter at the end of the day. I do think the Eagles and the Cowboys will both win, but you have to play. You have to play the percentages. You got to play to the best possible chance that you can have to get the highest possible seed. So, yeah, I'm with the idea of playing your starters. Now, if you get up to a huge lead, or God forbid, a huge trail, then you take those guys out. I think that's the best thing that you could do. Is you definitely do not want to overplay them if you can help it.
Now, speaking of Detroit Lions playing this weekend, they have C.J. Gardner-Johnson coming back. I guess I want to ask you, do you think we'll see a lot more of that dime package introduced? I had the concept or thought that maybe we might see Branch's snaps limited a little bit in favor of a C.J. G.J., who's played that position before for AG in New Orleans. What do you think that situation is going to come down to?
Well, according to Aaron Glenn today, everybody's going to get their chances to play. So nobody's necessarily getting benched or anything like that. My speculation, and it's purely speculation, is that just based off of bringing other guys back from injured reserve in the past, I think that this game for C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be more of like a warm-up type of thing where he'll get kind of a snap count, maybe not a super low one, but like 20 snaps or something like that, just to get back in the grind of playing live football again. But I think you'll see him get let loose during the playoffs. But I would expect, once everybody's back, you're going to see some 3 safety looks. I wouldn't be surprised if you put him in a little bit at nickel over Brian Branch, but Branch is just playing so well that you really just have to ride the hot hands, and if you can keep Melifonwu and Kirby Joseph and C.J. Gardner-Johnson out there in a 3 safety look, like you got to do it.
Mike, are you buying to this defensive turnaround for the Detroit Lions? I mean, they've been an absolute fire since this Broncos game in terms of like causing turnovers and it being respectable out there too. I guess Nick Mullins got away with a little bit because of Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's that type of receiver. We wouldn't stay here with Calvin Johnson. Never necessarily equated to wins all the time. But like, I guess is this what we expect? Is this the defense we expect heading to the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to ignore. Obviously, they are still having some trouble with the big play, the chunk yard passes. That comes with the territory when you play Justin Jefferson or C.D. Lamb. But they, for the most part, they shut Cortland Sutton out, who's I wouldn't necessarily put on the level of those guys, but definitely a pretty good receiver. But yeah, they have managed to. I think they've got something like 14 turnovers and 15 sacks in the last 5-6 games. It's been. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, and I wish I did. But there's definitely been a huge turnaround. I know that they've gone from 29 points allowed per game to 20 points per game, and they went from almost 400 yards to basically around 300 yards. So they're still, like I said, they're still having trouble with that deep pass. And you can only do what you can do against that. But if you can start getting pressure on the quarterback and start making those deep passes a little bit more affected, then you're going to have some more success. So, yeah, no, I think that the turnaround defensively, and I think it goes back to the Saints game. I know the Bears loss was right after that, but they have been showing a lot better defensively since that game.
And how important do you think it was for Aiden Hutchinson to kind of have a breakout game this late in the season? Like, he has been struggling. He's kind of been streaky. He's been getting the pressures, but he hasn't been able to get the quarterback to the ground. But we saw in Dallas, he came out there and he got that to the ground quite a few times. So how important do you think that was for him to get rolling into the postseason?
Well, it's huge. What a time to do it, right? Like in the biggest game of this, at the season at that point, I guess you could say, huge game, night game against one of the best opponents that you're going to play all year, and you get to them 3 times. That's huge. That's going to definitely focus in on the momentum and help with motivation too. Because once you get some, you're going to want more. And we'll see what he can do against Nick Mullins on Sunday, but more so, we'll see what he can do against Matthew Stafford in the first round.
How comfortable are you with the departure of Isaiah Buggs? And I guess what are your thoughts on that heading into the playoffs and knowing that we're kind of thin at defensive tackle?
I'm not surprised by it at all. I think near the end of November, I wrote that he was probably going to get let go soon. So I saw this coming. It doesn't shock me at all. I mean, it wasn't working out. It's the fan base and Isaiah Buggs are weird to me because I've never seen a fan base so confident about a player who just isn't that good. And I don't want to throw Buggs in the dirt, but he just has not been good. And any time that he's gotten a shot, he hasn't been great on run defense, which was kind of his big thing. He hasn't affected the pass rush at all. And that's why he spent most of the season either as a healthy scratch or just not really getting snaps once he's actually in the game. So it might feel like a big loss because he was such a big part of the team last year. And he was a huge part of that turnaround just as an outspoken veteran. And he actually did play well down the stretch last year, but it just wasn't happening this year.
And before we let you go, when it comes down to the Lions matchup, or their first matchup in the playoffs this year, who would you rather see? Do you want Matthew Stafford and the Rams to come in town for that storybook game, or would you rather have a revenge game against the Packers?
It's weird. People are more afraid of the team that they haven't lost to than they are to the team that they actually lost to. But no, I think, man, bring in Stafford. That's just a better story. It's a better everything. It's going to be a better game. I think they could beat the Packers, and that's fine. That's whatever. But wouldn't you rather feel better about them beating the Rams? That would be a much more fun game. Plus, you get to kind of bury the demons of the whole Stafford trade and the Stafford era, and plus you get a Jared Goff revenge game, which no one's even bringing up that factor of this game. Everyone keeps talking about Stafford's homecoming, but the Rams embarrassed Jared Goff in front of the whole world. They benched him for John Wolford and they traded him away as basically he was just supposed to be yeah, we'll take Stafford and give you these picks, but you got to take Goff as part of the deal. And then they did, and Goff has turned into a pretty dang good quarterback who probably should have made the Pro Bowl, as you guys mentioned at the top of the segment here. So, yeah, this is a big revenge moment for him.
And then last thing before I let you get going, give us an update on your Pistons, man. How'd you feel about the game last night? There's so much to address.
They suck. There's no updates. They're terrible.
Man, maybe I shouldn't have worn this hat.
Who are the untouchables for you?
Man, I don't know how you score 145 points and lose a game.
Yeah,
it's insane. But Cade Cunningham, that's my untouchable. Everybody else, I guess Jalen Duren, and Asar Thompson. But other than that, everybody else can go. You can trade everyone else, see what you can get, see what you can do. The problem is they have no value. So
yeah,
you can't trade for anybody. You're just kind of stuck in this moment. And you hope for the best in the offseason. Maybe they'll start spending that money on somebody who's more, than Joe Harris.
Yeah. Mike, man, I appreciate you. You want to tease your latest article and give a shout out to your Twitter account again?
Yeah. I just put out an article right around when those NFLPA results came in. And I think that NFL teams are looking at the wrong Lions coordinator. So you can find that at A2ZSports.com/Detroit. And you can find me at A2Z_Peyton on Twitter.
Mike, thank you so much,
appreciate
Mike.
You again,
appreciate you as always.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
You too.
Mike's the man.
Mike is the man.
Let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Dispo Dispensary is your local cannabis plug. It's a new year, new deals, the same plug. Dispo Dispensary, check them out. They got a new spot in Ann Arbor, open from 9 to 11 p.m. And make sure you guys check out the one in Romeo, Michigan, open till midnight, Monday through Friday. That's Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug. Buongiorno. Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. Spin more racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. We got Pete Spy back in the building on the Maz chair. Make sure you guys hit that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Did I mention the like button? Head on. Apply directly to head. Real quick, I just want to get this out the news because I know Speed's probably heated about it or just confused about it. Michigan Spartans, their former offensive coordinator, Jay Johnson, has been hired by Wyoming to fill the same position as offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. Just real quick reaction to that one, Spinny.
Bet the under. Bet the under on every single Wyoming game all year next year. Jay Johnson's a fucking piece of dog shit and doesn't deserve to work in football ever again. I don't care. He's a terrible person, terrible human being.
Whoa.
He sucks. He
Is
sucks
he
at his
bad person,
job.
for real?
I don't know. I'd see probably.
Just throw a fruit game at him then.
You can't be that
Fucking
bad at
cheeseburger?
football and be a good person. Like he sucks. He sucks. He should never work in football again. He's a goddamn Vienna sausage. He does not deserve to work in NCAA. And bet the under on every single Wyoming game all year next year. You're going to make a lot of money.
I agree. I agree with that one. Speaking of offensive coordinators, actually, let me ask you, Spinny, where you want to take this
Fuck
first.
Jay Johnson.
Would you like to talk about the
God,
England?
that just pissed me off.
That was wild to me too.
That dude is
It's equivalent to he is the equivalent of a Joe Lombardi. Like how do you put on the performance you did here with Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Golden Tate as like pieces of your offensive core, and then you get to fail at it, by the way, and then get rehired with Justin Herbert. You just wasted like
how do you have a team
great players.
How do you have a team with Keon Coleman and Jaden Reed on the outside and only throw the ball fucking 10 times a game?
I think Jaden Daniels proved your point on that one. Not Jaden Daniels, but who's the kid from Florida State?
Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Either way, which one of our coordinators you want to discuss first? Aaron Glenn being voted. And by the way, shout out to John Hughes of Woodward Sports Chat that corrected me because I said Aaron Glenn was voted number one amongst defensive coordinators. No, Aaron Glenn was voted number one amongst every coordinator as the NFLPAs out of 1,700 players and coaches who they would take as their head coach. Actually, I think it was just players. I didn't know there was that many players in the NFL. 1,700? Does that add up? 32 teams, 53. Yeah.
Yeah. Just correct
one.
squad guys too. Yeah.
Yeah. What does that mean to you? I mean, like, people have been calling for his job for majority of the year, up until I'd say the Broncos game at least.
I mean, it makes sense. We've talked about it, about how he's, the defense is not the most loaded with talent as some people like to think it is. So you can't blame everything on Aaron Glenn. He's obviously a leader of men. People like playing for him. We've talked to people. Alim McNeil called him a genius. Yeah. So he has a very good reputation amongst players. He knows what he's talking about. He can make things happen, and he's shown that when he needs to make adjustments, he can, and he has. Like, he just held Dallas to 20 points, a team that scores 30 at home every single game. So, yeah, I mean, it's not crazy to me. There's a reason he was getting interviews last year. I know partially because of the Rooney Rule for sure, but like, he was the coach of the worst defense in football last year, and he was getting head coach interviews.
Yeah. I mean, he's done. I think he's done some pretty good things with, like, we've I guess articulated, like, making a salad with spoiled vegetables. And in a sense, with the Detroit Lions, such a young team, I'd probably say the vegetables aren't even ripe yet. It's what she's working with to build you that salad. But I've been that way. I've held that stance with Aaron Glenn for quite a while. As you guys know, I'm Mr. Defend the Glenn. I think this year it's wavered a bit for myself, where I've kind of like viewed him less of a good coordinator versus like a mid-tier guy. But once you see him get the pieces that he's wanted on this defense, and I'm talking about the Fontu Melifonwu obviously getting healthy, we can finally start him in the safety position. Obviously, they signed CJ GJ for somewhat of a reason. They drafted Bryant Branch for somewhat of a reason. I think you want to utilize those guys in that safety hybrid nickel spot. They wanted Devon Witherspoon. He hasn't had those. But now you finally see him get those pieces. And now you're starting to see his defense come alive a little bit here too. Aiden Hutchinson obviously has he's been great in rushing the quarterback and getting like pressures by whatever metric you want to measure that at, but he hasn't been able to land the actual sack numbers. Now you see those happening too. I think everything's starting to like turn the page with this defense starting to get healthy, and I think it's perfect timing for Alim McNeil to turn back now. James Houston coming back at some point here, and they're not going to be this week, and they confirmed that. But the following week into playoffs, I'm hoping maybe then. But CJGG on top of that too. Chris, you had something to say on this one?
Yeah, it makes you almost question. Have we been aggressively praising the wrong Lions coordinator? And not to say that either one is good or bad, but I mean, there's a reason, like you said, Aaron Glenn is getting head coaching interviews despite having one of the worst, if not the worst, defense in the NFL last year. So this is a guy that's proven that he can take, like you say, spoiled vegetables and turn it into something. And Brad Holmes, let's be real, like Ben Johnson versus Aaron Glenn, Brad Holmes has invested heavily in the offensive side, particularly in last year's draft when we all wanted and pushed for him to invest heavily in the defensive side of the ball. In the first couple rounds, he invested very heavily in the offensive side of the ball. So I think that when you look at the weapons that the offense has versus what the defense has, I think that you got to believe that at some point Brad Holmes is going to address that side of the ball, hopefully this offseason, and then you're going to get to really see what Aaron Glenn can do, because the fact is he's already doing this with what he has.
Let me answer your question, Chris. No, we have not been praising the wrong coordinator, because Ben Johnson is still a wizard. He has been doing things that no coordinator in the history of the NFL has done, and there's been a lot of very loaded offenses. So I still think that Ben Johnson deserves all the praise that he's getting. But yeah,
Aaron Glenn, kicking dogs.
Aaron Glenn has caught a lot of slack. Aaron Glenn has caught a lot of hate from Lions fans when he turned this defense from the worst defense in the NFL last year to a middle-of-the-pack defense this year without getting too much more talent than what he already received.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to point out too, is like you look at the criticism of Aaron Glenn, it's basically been the fans. And I get that. They're fanatics. They're kind of impatient. We're in the microwave generation of things. People want their top 10 defense now. They want, and this is not the way things necessarily work all the time, especially when you got injuries that we've dealt with too. I think Aaron Glenn has been a formidable defensive coordinator. I've been on that bandwagon the whole season. And it's not just me either. When we had other guys like Mike Payton on the show, we've had, not even just like across the league, if you want to look at like national sources too, people will look at you and tell you like, yeah, this is lacking personnel. Less of a defensive coordinator situation.
And I see people talking about, he's addressed the defense more than the offense statistically. And yes, Brad Holmes has, but like look at where he's investing. Yeah. And also, like, are you putting Levi and some of these defensive picks that haven't worked out, are you putting that on Aaron Glenn? Because I'm not. Right? Like, I'm not looking at those draft picks that didn't work out. I'm looking at those as prospects that didn't work out. Whereas the offensive side of the ball, they invested highly in Gibbs and Laporta and all of that. So I know they've invested highly in the defense, especially in the second round. But those prospects not working out is more so to them than to Aaron Glenn. Mm-hmm. So I think when you give Aaron Glenn the same amount of talent, the same level of prospects that you've given Ben Johnson, I think that Aaron Glenn can do some great things.
Yeah, I think I'm with you too. Like, when you look at the investments that they've made on the defensive side of the ball versus the offensive side of the ball, I think just in terms of value, first and second rounders, you got Aiden Hutchinson for the defensive side of the ball, Josh Pascal, and I don't remember who went first, Alim or Levi.
Levi.
Was it Levi that went first?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alim and Levi. But then you look at the offensive side of the ball,
Campbell,
in terms of
Branch.
Oh yeah, I got Campbell. Yeah. Actually, I did forget those guys the past 2 years. Well, then you start evening out a little bit, because I was gonna say you got J-Mo first-round pick.
Yeah.
You got Laporta second-round pick, Sewell first-round pick, Gibbs second-round pick. I'm sorry, first-round pick. So I guess it does even out when you put in Campbell and Branch from this year.
The raw numbers even out, but I think the prospect talents, and people are saying, does coaching not matter? Or is he not supposed to coach these players up? I think he's showcased that he's coached up. I think that's a ridiculous argument. And like Levi, in his case, is health. That's not on Aaron Glenn. That's not on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's blaming Aaron Glenn for Levi's lack of development.
No, I'm just using him particularly as an example. I think that, again, when you give more talent to this defense, I think that Aaron Glenn has shown that if he can. I just think it's crazy to me that you look at these players that he's undrafted or late round picks like Malcolm that he's turned into, or that he's helped develop into great players or key contributors.
Kirby.
And why do you think he can't do that with higher end talent? That just boggles my mind. Just have some patience.
Yeah, and when I get back, I guess I want to get quick opinions from JB and Pete on those same matters too, because that wasn't out while JB was doing his show. So before we do that, Spinny,
let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, and there are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of online and big box retailers, with one major difference: family and locally owned and operated for 30-plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WoodSports.com. My boy Eazy, joined by my guys Spinmo, Rax, Young Chris, JB Smooth. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button. It's very, very, very appreciated. Helps us get out to more people. Real quick, I guess we could talk about Aaron Glenn being voted the #1 candidate by the NFL players. 1,700 NFL players polled by the NFLPA. They voted him as the #1 candidate to be, I guess, likely to become a head coach, or the #1 guy that they would want to hire or play under, which caught I'm for sure me by surprise. I guess can't speak for everyone, but I feel like majority of people by surprise.
For sure.
But the JB, Pete, you guys didn't get to speak on this one. What did you take away from that, Pete?
Well, definitely. Like we talked about at a break. Aaron Glenn only has so much that he can work with, and what he's done with what he has is great. He needs another edge rusher on the other side to complement Hutch. He needs, Campbell and Anzalone to, take that next step as they get better. And obviously the secondary needs attention in the draft. I mean, obviously you got Brian Branch, you got CJ, GJ coming back, and that's great and all. But you're going to have to either get a pure free safety, strong safety back there, and you're going to have to give Aaron Glenn a little bit more to work with. I think that he's done fabulous with what he has.
JB?
I think based off of that voting and everyone who made that list right there, probably goes to show that none of us should probably be coaching defense at all, because there was a lot of us that wanted Aaron Glenn fired. He was on a hot seat from a lot of fans out there. I know that definitely for sure, but it goes to show credit to him that, he is trying to develop these players right now. He is trying to improve and make adjustments. Although it might not be as fast as we want it, or in-game adjustments as fast as you want it. Easy, as you said, people want that instant gratification of, hey, you improve the defense just like that. That's not really going to happen. For him, it might take a minute. It might take, the whole season before you finally see the turnaround. And now we're actually starting to see that. And as Pete said, he's doing the best with what he has right now. And obviously, the defense needs a lot more key pieces, which hopefully will come in the draft and maybe in the offseason. But as of right now, he's doing the best he can with what he has.
And you got to think, this is a defense that lost 2 of their top 3 secondary players. Their number 2 edge rusher for the year, basically. So, you got to put that in, the rebuild of the secondary. A big part of that rebuild was Emmanuel Mosley and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and you haven't had either of those guys for the majority of the season. So,
yeah, and again, the pieces they does have, they're young, man. We talked about the spoiled vegetables in year 1 of it, but now in year 3 of it, I'd say the vegetables are kind of ripe, and I think we're watching it come to fruition a little bit. Now, where this list gets a little choppy, obviously I like it when Aaron Glenn's number 1 and you're Mr. Defend the Glenn. I love to see it. Don't get me wrong. Before I start scratching my head a little bit, on the offensive side, Ben Johnson didn't even make the top 5.
Did not scratch the list. That's pretty crazy. I mean, you kind of get it, though. I don't know if a lot of guys outside of the Detroit Lions organization have really worked or spoken to Ben Johnson, because he's not the most outgoing guy. He's not the guy that's on the sidelines chirping with other players. He's not a former NFL player, so these NFL players don't recognize his name. Like, oh shit, Aaron Glenn, I used to watch him. I've heard about stories of him. He won Super Bowls. He's done other things, and he
tackled Barry Sanders on his record breaking.
Shit, I know him. Ben Johnson's Ben Johnson. Where does he come from? But the proof is in the pudding.
His
Ben
mom,
Johnson.
you nugget.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, you fucking packet of pudding.
Fucking potato head.
Fucking little
fish stick
mushroom. But the proof is in the pudding with Ben Johnson. There are numbers, there are statistics, there are records that he has done, that he has broken, that he has achieved, that make him one of the best candidates for an NFL coaching job. And yeah, it's awesome to have the players on your side, but it really comes down to what the owner wants. And owners and NFL teams have proven they want guys like Ben Johnson. Because I bet Mike McDaniel would have been not on this list after his last year in San Fran. Because he's the same kind of thing as Ben Johnson. Little weird, little extroverted, not the rah-rah guy.
Yeah.
Everybody on the Dolphins loves Mike McDaniel.
Scrawny little
Everybody who watched Hard Knocks loves Mike McDaniel. When he was sitting in the back, he's like, fuck you, Dan. We're going to break all your records.
No, that was fucking awesome.
Dan Marino's right in front of him, getting an ovation for the crowd.
Literally,
and the head coach is standing 2 feet behind him. He's like, fuck you, Dan. We're going to break your records, Dan. Everybody loves that guy. I feel like and he's an offensive genius, the same as Ben Johnson. They're just not outgoing guys, so they're not in the limelight. A lot of players in the league probably aren't familiar with their character, with who they are as men, so I think that's where it's at.
So I did, right as I pulled up to here, I looked at the top 5 candidates they had in the list, and I was kind of leaning towards that way too. Is maybe it's semi of a popularity contest. And obviously I know organizations are looking for something other than what players are looking for. Players looking for good leaders of men, people you actually want to stay attentive to and listen to while speaking into the entire room. But I looked at the rest of the guys. there are some guys with a shit ton of experience, like Frank Smith. He's 42 years old. He's been in the league quite a while. Thomas Smith was the next guy too. He's been 37 years old. He's been in the league since I think 2008 to now. But Ben Johnson, Brian Schottenheimer has 23 years of experience. But there's Brian Callahan on this list. He's only had like 13 years of experience. Former Detroit Lions QB coach, by the way, 2016 to 2017. And Kellen Moore, who I guess, you have the NFL player experience and like who we knew through college, maybe a little bit of popularity with there too. But I don't know, man.
He's a former Lion too.
Yeah, another former Lion as well. I guess I am confused. I am confused for Ben Johnson not to make the list because if you're a player who's played against Ben Johnson, you found it hard to stop what the Detroit Lions are doing. So I would figure or think that there's some little bit of respect or admirability of what he's doing on that side of the ball. So for him not to even break the top 5, it just I guess I am a little bit confused by it because there are guys that are young on this list. Like I said, like Brian Callahan and Kellen Moore. I guess I exclude because he's a former player too. Thomas Smith, former player as well. But Chris, what are you about to say?
I think part of it, and this is probably a smaller circle, but a factor in it is the kind of pushback from the narratives of the Ben Johnson being a wizard. Like, you remember when the report came out that Ben Johnson's agent said he's not taking a head coaching job for under $20 million a year, 15. Something crazy, 15. And it's just I feel like there's circles within the NFL, whether it's players, probably more so on an organizational side there. Like to be contrarian, he's actually not as good as you think, and I think that's probably a factor of it too. Not the biggest. I think the biggest is the fact of he's not the former player, and he doesn't have that atypical football personality.
Alpha male.
Yeah, but I do think that there's part of that little bit of just you like to be contrarian. Like there were people that when LeBron was the greatest player in the world that like to go actually. And
I'm
just
a contrarian,
argue it.
so I understand.
You know what I mean? So I think there's a little bit
you're
of
just
that.
stupid.
You big potato.
You cauliflower.
Pete, where you at with Ben Johnson's abs on this list? Because that's kind of blew my mind.
I think that Ben Johnson's done an absolutely fabulous job with what he has to work with here in in Detroit. He's done a fabulous job with making Amon-Ra, Laporta. Even Josh Reynolds I think Josh Reynolds has one of the top yards per catch in the NFL, if I'm correct. But so he's Ben Johnson's definitely a top 5 coordinator, I think, in the league. But there's one guy that's on there that I'm surprised hasn't been left off, and that's the 49ers offensive coordinator. Look at Brock Purdy. I mean, the development of him has been absolutely fabulous, and they're the number 1 seed in the NFL. How is he not on the list?
I think a lot of that goes to Shanahan and who he is and what he does for that offense. I couldn't even tell you who the 49ers offense coordinator is.
I forgot to.
Yeah, honestly, I think he might be on the list. Actually, I know the Dolphins offense coordinator's on the list. I think it was Frank Smith. I'll find it, but that's a great point. JB, do you want to speak on the Ben Johnson being absent from the list?
I'm just saying, the man kicks dogs. You can't put a man like that on his list. I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
Spits on babies.
He spits on babies.
He
You
says
can't put this man on
naysayer
his
with the
list.
hard R.
The hard R. Come on now. But, I mean, I can kind of see the play calling as of lately has gotten a little stale from him. But I don't think that takes away from him being a good head coach. I think, I don't know, players kind of just overlooked him on this list, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I guess maybe that could be the answer too. I mean, you mentioned the players. When you look at the Detroit Lions offense, it is highly touted with great pieces, I should say. This year, if they made that the voting. But when did they vote? Was it in the off season? Was it before Gibson's breakout? Before Laporta's breakout? Because you do look at this offensive line, if any quarterback had that amount of time back there, he put in work. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, it's a lot of great options and Goff.
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
But again, like I said, there has been a lot of loaded offenses in the NFL, and this is the offense that's doing firsts, the first team to do this, the first team to have this in the entire NFL. This isn't the most loaded offense in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
So there is a spoon that stirs the drink, and that is Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Got a couple comments in the Woodward Sports chat. Ed, I don't know how to say your last name. She's just Ed for now. He says Ben Johnson hasn't done much with Jameson. I think Jameson Williams come on as of late. I think you look at the Dallas game. By the way, shout out to AG.
His blocking is fabulous.
His blocking
Jamo is a very good blocker.
Yes, he is. I think Jameson come on. I think he's rightfully crowned the wide receiver 2 now. Would you say that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I get you could say it's been a while for him to come on, but he had the injury last year. On top of it being his rookie year, I think you have to get in sync with a guy like Jared Goff. Not in a disrespectful way.
It takes guys like J-Mo and DJ Chark longer to get in a rhythm with Jared Goff than it would an Amon-Ra St. Brown or a Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Because Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta eat in the middle of the field while DJ Chark and J-Mo eat on the sideline.
Yeah. And the balls, when they get there, guys,
Hey, yo,
we talked to Herman Moore, all-pro, Detroit Lion legend. He said, yeah, it is a lot different. It is a lot more difficult to catch those wobblers than it is to catch a spiral. And that's something you have to adjust to as a wide receiver. Because like Herman Moore said, it's still your job to catch it regardless at the end of the day. There's not an excuse. You're paid to catch the ball. Doesn't matter how it's delivered to you.
I knew it was going to happen, but it still sucks.
Dalvin Cook to the Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect the Jets for not, like, burning the tread on that one. Yeah. And holding on to him. But I guess what's his name definitely outperformed either way.
Oh, Brees Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was eating them.
Yeah,
Put
Brees Hall.
30 on me in the championship game.
And what, Michael Carter failed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub, though. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. They got half-off pizza on Thursdays. They got food and drink specials for every NFL game and all Michigan sports games. Experience a new favorite pub for all things sports. Hamlin Pub, where everyone's a regular.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Bullseye at VentGroup.com is where you need to go to purchase your tickets for all you can eat and all you can drink, and a free show to the game, you potato heads.
Wow.
Bullseye at VentGroup.com, brought to you guys by Long Drink.
That was well.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. Hit the like button. Don't do it. Don't start it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm Eazy, Spin More Racks,
Hello.
Yo Chris, JB Smooth,
What was that
Funky
Andre
Pete in the
3000
building.
track?
Happy
Remember when I
birthday to
was
JC.
Happy birthday to JC.
Oh, happy birthday.
Golf clap.
Lady James baddest.
Good job staying alive. And we gotta get a picture of Unky Pete. I want him on a thumbnail tomorrow.
All right.
All thugged out.
Thugged out.
Like Unky on. Hey. Smash the like button if you guys haven't already. I put on here, and I actually like this too, that I was the only one to think this, and our guy Mike Payton brought it up. But Dave Montgomery, when I saw him as a 5th alternate, and I didn't even see it, he reported himself as a 5th alternate before he even hit public airways. I guess they must get the news. On his IG, he posted himself as 5th or whatever. And I think that's what Mike was talking about. Before it was even released, this dude's disrespected.
Yeah.
Is he the most underrated running back? I don't know why it came out like that.
Why'd you say it?
I watched two.
Is
he the most underrated quarterback in the NFL? Is he?
MLK, bro. Kumquat. I think he's up there for sure.
Meatball.
I mean, he's
fucking sausage.
Bowl of soup.
Fucking meatloaf. I think he is up there. He's definitely one of the most underrated. When you break it down with what Mike said about how if he played the full season, if he didn't miss those games, he would be up there with Christian McCaffrey in terms of running yards. We know he is tops of the league when it comes to rushing touchdowns. Like, the guy has been special. The guy has been great for this team. He goes out there, he does his job, he runs hard, he gets every time you feel like he's going to go down, he gets an extra 2 yards. It's impressive to watch him play. And yeah, I think he is underrated. He's been doing it consistently his entire career. He has never had a year in the NFL under 1,000 all-purpose yards. So it's just impressive to watch him go out there every day and go to work. And I do think he is underrated in the NFL. The way he makes people miss, the way he breaks tackles, and the aggression that he plays with should be rewarded. Especially like a fourth alternate's wild when you look at the numbers. He's having a better year than DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift's the starter, and he's a fourth alternate.
Thank you.
I understand, like,
and he missed games.
And he missed games. I understand if Pro Bowl voters didn't want, or were like, all right, we can't put every single Lions offensive weapon in there.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. Because, like, there is a clean-cut case for Gibbs, Goff, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Monty to all be Pro Bowlers.
I'm with you.
So I understand if they're like, all right, we can't literally give the Lions 9 Pro Bowlers. But I think that's what it has to be, honestly.
Where has Salty been? I haven't seen him in the chat.
Yeah, he did say...
He said we downgraded.
He did say we downgraded.
DNC had smoke for you, Salty. That was not a downgrade. This is not a Jamal Williams season where he's just kind of like blessed by the Ben Johnson in the offensive line, because Espany said, this guy breaks tackles. This guy makes plays. I don't recall. I do declare. I do declare that Montgomery had a 75-yard run this season.
Most racist cartoon of all time.
I don't quite like and remember that about Jamal Williams.
And he called everybody boy. Hey, boy.
Listen up, boy.
I'm just saying. I don't remember
Foghorn
Jamal
Leghorn.
Williams doing any of these kind of things that you seen Dave Montgomery doing.
70-plus yard touchdown? Jamal couldn't do that if he wanted to.
Bro, and I look back at the Chargers game once more, though, on a 4th down and 5. You think, okay, it's for sure like passing distance, right? No. Give it to Dave Montgomery. He's going to muscle his way through
middle.
there. Yeah.
Didn't Monty
For the
score like the
fuck
first
of it.
6 games of the season in a
He
row?
did. He did. And he even had a situation, again, going back to the Chargers game, where he could have had a goal line carry and literally told the rookie, went up the coaches, grabbed Jameer's like, go get that. That's your, he's giving away touchdowns. That's how much he got. He's like fucking over Winfrey out here. You get one. You get one.
Yeah.
It's just... I think he is the most underrated, because again, it's not a system thing. It's not an offensive line thing, although those things do help him, because Benny had mentioned, 4 straight all-purpose,
Every year
1,000
he's
yards,
been, every year he's
all-purpose.
been in the league. He's at 1,000 all-purpose. every single
Underrated.
year.
He is underrated. And now you see him with a great offensive line, with missing games, outperforming the number 2 Pro Bowl back. And DeAndre Swift. I think it's gross. JB, Pete, you guys got anything?
I do declare.
I do declare.
I declare that I agree with you. That's all I got, dude, because I agree.
JB?
I agree with you. That's all I got.
Do you declare?
I do declare.
Motherfucker, declare something.
I do declare.
Okay, I'll declare that he's going to be the key to the Lions' success in the playoffs.
Oh!
Montgomery. I mean, because everybody's going to be keen on Giggs. I think that, just the bigger back will make the statement, especially on short 4th downs, 4th and 2, handed to Monty.
We love a bigger back, don't we, Pete?
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Just ask Jeffrey Epstein, baby.
Oh!
I don't declare! I do not declare those comments.
I'm glad Stephen Hawking's locked off forever. That motherfucker, he needed a system reboot. I would push his ugly ass down some stairs if he was still alive. Fuck that guy, dude. That shit makes me sick. I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me so mad. Like, oh, you look so good today. Like,
I want to go to the island.
Yeah, tell me, he just watched.
Fuck it. I would have walked up to his computer, download a bunch of free internet videos, so he got software viruses forever. Dude, fuck that guy.
He's just like a walking sponsor of bigger wieners.
Yeah, I hope that ramp from heaven to hell
He's like
real
Waffle
slow
Moms.
for you there, fucking.
Oh, God.
Chris,
Steve.
can you do the accent?
I hope he's still paralyzed.
After watching the video?
Oh, after watching the video, I could try the one from that podcast
The
series
Stephen
talk
Hawking's
about. Yeah,
accent?
when they did the video on like Epstein's Island and like the list came out that Hawking was there. I want to go to the island. Why won't you let me go?
Oh yeah, it's Andrew Santano.
Yeah.
It's the Bad Friends. I want to go to the island. Why won't you let me go to the island?
Why won't you let me go?
Yeah,
Let me go to the island.
that shit's dude.
I would say you like the bigger back.
Fuck
Smack,
that.
smack.
Yeah, smack.
Pete. I actually like where Pete was going with that, though, to him be like a key to the Detroit Lions in the playoffs. I agree to that. I think this is like a two-headed system to run efficiently enough. Like, obviously, we saw Jahmyr Gibbs do it and to, like, I guess, Pro Bowl or All-Pro stats when he had he had to carry the load against the Raiders. But that was the Raiders. When he had to do it against the Ravens, We didn't see that type of performance. I think you need both guys. I think you need to mix it up. I think you need to keep defenses on their toes. And I think I need Jameer to catch that ball a lot more consistently.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you that would have been like a first down or touchdown in the Dallas game we saw just recently. But I can tell you would have had a fucking hell of a Texas route that he dropped against Seattle. And I can tell you the same thing against the Chicago Bears, which was a close game at that point too. I think momentum is a thing in football games and seasons as well. Where if you would have caught that game against touchdown, like maybe it's a different game for the Detroit Lions. There's only 13 points put up in that one. That was a clear as day touchdown if you would have caught it. And that's been like that was like one of the traits you drafted him for. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's not a running back; he's a weapon. He's a running back.
He's
their job this year. He's a fucking running back.
Just let him run.
But he's a good one. He's a good one. I'm not hating. I ain't hating.
I ain't.
By the way, when you mentioned
Don't be hating.
when you compared him to DeAndre Swift, how many less carries does he have, DeAndre Swift, and only like 100 yards behind?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because it's quite a few. Yeah. I want to say it's more than like 50. I could be wrong
right
on that. But I mean, it's another trait of him being a better back, in my opinion. Pete. Bradley Stroh. There should be zero jokes
It's a
about.
lot less carries.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
229.
DeAndre Swift has 229 carries. Jameer Gibbs.
I think it's like
169.
Ooh, I'm so fucking on the money today. I was gonna say 168. So that's like
Sure you were.
60 that carries.
Sure
How many Swift have?
Gherkin.
Listen, you fucking
Bloodbath
stuffing.
McGrath.
You fucking turkey legs.
Listen up, tapioca pudding.
You said Swift had what? 229.
229.
So what? 60 more carries?
Yeah.
My math.
So if you averaged
serves me correctly.
2 yards per carry.
I think he averaged the most per.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he only averaged 2 yards per carry,
he'd get there.
He would get there.
I do
in
declare.
the same amount of carries. I do declare.
Well, when we get back, talking about Alim McNeil's return, I put in some revisiting some postseason awards, but I didn't actually go back to look at our predictions. But I remember one of them. Maybe we'll do that one tomorrow. But we come back, we'll talk about Alim McNeil, but not before I tell you about Fairway Pack Company.
You're me.
Because for over 60 years, Fairway Pack Company has been providing Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, casinos with prime Wagyu beef, dry aged beef, and more. Make sure you stop for Grosse Point for grab and go steaks, or visit the website at fairwaypacking.com.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. To join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Still had that window to take the sack title for the team, but it looks like Aiden put a little distance on the other end.
I just want to win this next game and go through the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. So if I had 14 sacks, if I had no sacks, I'm here. So, but I didn't even know that was where it was. So, but Aiden, I expect him to run away with that. Honestly, he's about to turn it up a little bit more. So. That'll be really fun to see what he's about to do, honestly, because he's about to get heated up. He's about to get heated up. I didn't even know
Still had that window.
Yeah, you love to hear that out of a guy. He says he doesn't even know where he is on the sack list for the Lions. He didn't know he was second on the team in sacks. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care if he has 0 or 14. He's trying to win games, trying to get to the playoffs, make winning plays. So you love to hear that out of a guy in Alim McNeill, who is second on this team in sacks. Still.
Wow.
I think he's at 5.5. So, I mean, that tells you more about the defense, really, than it does the Alim McNeill. But he was having a Pro Bowl caliber year until he got hurt. So
yeah, I don't know if it was in that clip, but I know I listened to the entirety of the interview, and he had mentioned, like, yeah, he doesn't care. He just wants to go win this game, go in the playoffs, and then win the Super Bowl. And it's just crazy. Like, that's like what's on the mind of this team now. It's just a beautiful thing. I'm being a little bit of a fanboy right now, but it's just nice to hear it, because I guess maybe I may have heard it in the past. I can't remember per se, but before, like, the playoffs and winning games was like the goal of this franchise and then the players. Now they're quite the word Super Bowl are coming out of their mouths, and it's doable, bro.
it was in the offseason.
Yeah,
They're talking Super Bowl in the offseason.
were they like Vegas odds? Like, were they fourth at one point?
Yeah.
Or fourth most bet, I think it was.
No,
Either
they
way,
were most bet, but
They're the most bet.
most bet to win.
yeah, and part of that was because of the odds. You know, like the odds were enticing, but
And Lions
they were the
fans
most
are
bet.
psychopaths.
They are absolute psychopaths. Biggins is one of them. Shout out to Biggins.
Yeah.
Last night was going at me about some Jared Goff stuff, and he sent me like JG versus Joe Burrow. Then Joe Burrow had him beat in like every statistical category with like yards per.
With like 30 less games or something.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what point are you proving right now?
And Joe Burrow does nothing for you either.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow does not. Easy thinks Joe Burrow sucks. So
I don't think Joe Burrow sucks. I wasn't. I have Allen and
Jake
Mahomes like well over him.
You just hate white quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I just hate,
Josh Allen, spicy white.
hate the Watts.
Can't be that big and that fast to be a white guy.
That is true.
Yeah.
This is a mailman's baby.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hell yeah, Pops.
He's got some, maybe his dad's mix or something.
Eric Fisher is on my dad's route. I'm just saying.
No, don't know what you're saying.
You don't know who Eric Fisher is?
Your dad had sex with Eric Fisher?
Eric Fisher's mom, maybe.
Josh Allen.
Eric Fisher is the #1 pick in the NFL draft.
No, I remember Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lived on my dad's mail route.
I know, but I was thinking like, no man, plowing someone's mom. That's how Josh Allen was made.
I actually know his sister.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, my dad was a mailman, and Eric Fisher was on his route. So
Eric Fisher's your brother.
It could be.
Okay. Now it makes sense. What were you saying, JB?
I was gonna say I actually do know his sister. I used to work with her.
Eric Fisher's sister?
Yeah.
Is she big?
She hot?
She big?
I'm not gonna say all that just because.
What, is she like 6'2"?
Oh, you work with her
She's
now?
tall.
Like-
no, I don't work with her
Is
now.
she like a Warren Savage?
Could she
Is she
eat
hot?
you?
Yeah, like
Could you beat her in hand-to-hand combat?
No, because
could you
she's tall.
fit in an average sized rowboat with her?
that episode of The Office, Phyllis is like,
Could she
what are you
get in the
asking?
rowboat without it capsizing?
Out of everybody in this room, you had to pick like 3 people to like
Fight
help you
her.
kill somebody. Would you pick her? Would she be in the 3?
Would you pick her or Chris if you were in a fight?
Probably Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Respect to Chris.
Yeah, hell
fair.
yeah.
Chris
Got
is
one.
so
I
happy
got
he's
one.
turned
I got
already.
one.
Yeah,
You got one.
No, how tall is she though?
If a woman was trying to fight you,
I'm just trying to find out how tall she is.
Would you pick her or Beth?
Probably. Wait, what?
If a woman was trying to fight you, would you pick her or Beth to have your back?
Oh, Beth.
Okay, yeah, well, that's...
Yeah, Beth is buff as shit.
She's buff as shit. She punches hard, dude. She's punched me a couple times.
That's why I seen that video and asked, like, would you let your crush do this to you?
No.
You 100%. You
No,
would
I
let
would
Beth
not.
do that all day.
I might.
Okay.
Wait, how tall is she though? That's the question I've been asking.
She's around Chris's height, actually.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Chris is like 6'5".
She's like a little shorter than Chris,
well,
but
like 2
like
inches
yeah.
of Chris's height is neck. So
That's true. But still, he is. I mean, how tall are you, Chris?
6'4",
6'6", to be exact.
cap.
6. We'll go 6'5".
Yeah.
You can round down, but I'll just say if I'm looking her in the eyes, like I got some questions.
Was she a volleyball player or a softball player?
All the above. She's 3-shot
She's
player.
probably a volleyball player, if anything.
Okay, yeah. So she's, you know.
I don't remember where you're going with this.
My
Alim
dad
McNeill.
banging people. Oh yeah.
My dad banging people. Did we go over? Hey, shout out to Dev in the building too. We got a new
Shout
graphic
out.
designer. He put out some shirts here
Oh,
soon.
we still got like 10 minutes.
Control Fury. I just didn't remember which one we were on. Because I see Alim McNeill at 6'10", but we're at 6'29".
We were, yeah.
That's why I was confused. That's why I was asking. And people don't care to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, I have this to ask you then. So it was asked by AG, and obviously I think Mike Payton brought it up today too, as well as John Macaroon yesterday. But we're kind of just thinking about how like AG can configure to keep Ifantu Melifonwu on the field, Kirby on the field, Branch on the field, obviously Sutton too, and then incorporate CJ GJ into the mix without him playing outside cornerback, because that's just not happening. To anybody like thinking that, that's not going to be the situation you see. And the answer is the dime package. Do we have the defensive lineman to make that work? Because in a dime package, you got defensive end, defensive tackle, defensive end, one linebacker, and the rest cornerbacks. Do we have the personnel up front to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I mean, I don't think Aiden.
Maybe they run dime on specific.
Well, obviously, yeah, that.
But I don't think they're going to switch their base defense to a dime package.
That's what I'm saying. How's this going to work?
I don't know, man.
You think Branch?
There's not enough.
You think Branch takes a back seat to him?
Well, he might have to. I don't think that he would, but a nickel might work in that situation. But I mean, we were just talking about how weak the linebackers in the secondary really are. It's like I don't know if you have enough talent.
Yeah, honestly, I think Jack stepped up too. Like he's low key, sneakily the second in the team in tackles without playing like so many reps in the beginning of the season. But now you know, like I noticed in the Dallas game, he was kind of everywhere.
Yeah, the
same way you like think of like Alex Anzalone. He was there and he was violent too. Like he might be a little extracurricular. I feel like he might get some flags here soon once we catches on to some of the stuff I've seen this man doing. But
a lot more laundry on the field.
Yeah, but I'm cool with it, man. Like that's the mean streak I feel like that Dan Campbell wants his defenders to have. I know it's the mean streak that AG wants his defenders to have. Going back to last year's podcast he did with Adam Schefter. And Adam Schefter's trying, because AG was kind of green at that point as a defensive coordinator. He's trying to like find out what his like true philosophy is, and he's just like, get physical. Like get physical, get mean. He wants like fast guys. I think AG said a couple weeks back, like if he had it his way, he'd be blitzing in a man coverage every single play.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the personnel to run dime as a base defense.
I don't think so either. No, and I don't think they want to do that.
Who would you elect as like that third defensive end if you did though? Like who would you be more comfortable with?
Pascal.
Ooh, maybe we could do it.
Or Kaminsky.
I don't think we have enough practice in the run defense in that package though. And the run defense is like, to be honest, our bread and butter. It's been consistent all year.
And the linebacking core is pretty damn good.
What did Pollard end up ending with in that game? Because he was shut down for like the majority until like that fourth quarter. It felt like
Pollard. I'm not sure.
I'm about to check it out right now. And he's having a decent season too.
No,
he turned up towards. Yeah, he is.
Nah.
What do you mean? He's at 935 yards.
Wow. How many touchdowns?
5.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's like 40 yards away from what DeAndre Swift's doing.
Yeah.
They still miss Zeke, man.
Yeah.
They definitely miss Zeke.
He's
definitely. I'm not saying he's performing at that low, but he's not having a bad season by any means.
He's got the most. He's having a real disappointing season because he was supposed to be.
You're talking from fantasy.
He was supposed to be that guy in this offense. He should have easily been over 1,000 yards, and he, like I said, he has the most usage in the red zone and the least touchdown or the worst touchdown percentage.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first year removed from Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Because you got to think, like last year when he was getting all that love in the passing game, like Kellen Moore was like the OC.
Yeah, no, it's
Brian Schottenheimer.
Mike McCarthy calling plays.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, McCarthy is calling the plays still. So why is Schottenheimer on the freaking OC list then, too? Are we dismissing the list or are we giving it respect because of AG?
We're giving it respect.
What are we doing with these lists?
We're giving it respect.
Respect?
Yeah.
Even though Ben's gone.
We're giving her respect. I pled my case for Ben. We know why Ben's not on there. Because he says naysayers with the hard R.
He does.
He steals candy from babies.
Yeah.
He brags about it.
It was easy.
Yeah.
He
blames it.
Dude rapped the hook for Mad City word for word, bar for bar.
It's true.
Man down.
Where you from? Naysayer.
No, but the Detroit Lions solid against every single. I'm trying to see. Somebody had to rush for 100 over us. Let me look it up. I guess that'd be my only concern, and like reverting to that as a base defense. I would love it in a rematch against Cowboys. I mean, you think they'll float around with it this weekend against the Vikings?
No, I don't think so.
I think there'll be a lot of floating around this week though, with just Alim and CJ coming back, unless maybe they're not even coming back.
Man, that'd be so
It could
cool
be like
to
a
have
glorified
sibling in the
preseason
NFL.
game.
Yeah.
Week 18.
They still need the win though.
Who?
Because the number 2 seed's still out there. It is. Like, I think that's why they're playing. I feel like if that wasn't... If the door was closed for the 2 seed...
If God strikes the entire Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles locker room, the 2 seed is available.
They're going to have Jacoby Brissett running for his fucking life out there.
Look, one's a division game. So you know
They're both division games.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah, they are. And the Giants almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys are going to sack the Washington quarterback like 10 times.
Let me see the score, though, the first time they played. And where it was. I'm pretty sure it was in
Howell's
Dallas,
the most
by the way,
sacked
too.
quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
Sammy Howell, yeah.
And the Cowboys have a pretty damn good pass rush.
Yep.
I spelled Dallas with 2 A's on accident.
He'll be on his back at least 5-6 times. That
All
game.
right, so check it out. So it's in Washington.
Dallas.
So the Cowboys on the road. Every game they've lost this year has been on the road.
Dallas.
What is that?
Just a little flare. Just a little flare of the season.
Just a little flare of the CT. Little CT flare up there. Oh, damn. They beat the dog shit out in the first.
Yeah, when they beat them by like 30 points.
35 points.
Yeah, bro. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you.
28. Sam Howell, 28.
They're motivated,
44.
Spencer.
300 yards.
Howell's not
touchdowns.
playing. Yeah, it's going to be
who's not playing?
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. I will say this in terms of like Detroit Lions playoff matchup. The Rams are sitting everybody, but so are the 49ers. And the 49ers are taking L's to Kirk Cousins and company with just missing freaking Trent Williams and Debo. I want to face the Rams. I need that. Well, it's looking like it's going to be the Packers.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, the Rams need to win.
Yeah, the Rams need to win for us to
play them.
Yes.
And Stafford's out.
Do you think the NFL's going to
Carson Wentz, your boy.
I did like Carson Wentz once upon a time. You guys think like JG stuff is like new or just because he's our quarterback? No, it's. No. I used to be on like Carson Wentz over JG. Obviously, that's flunked out. Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
He was great before he got hurt.
That 1 year.
I know. I'm gonna hang on to it. All right. The injuries derailed him.
Wasn't he North Dakota State, if I'm correct?
Yeah,
I think he was.
Yeah, out of that quarterback. It's like Iowa with the tight ends. North Dakota State produces all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, fucking your boy Trey. Maybe you just like North Dakota State. Your boy Trey Lance went there too.
Big North Dakota State guy. Got tons of gear.
That hasn't worked out for either of them.
That is not. Trey Lance not starting over Dak Prescott. He was. I think when that trade happened, we looked back at it as a show, and he had only played like 12 games from high school through college.
Detroit Dabber says
like the pro.
Eazy wants to break out his Detroit Rams shirt again.
Never. I fucking hated the Detroit Rams. That was the most pussy shit. That was fucking disgusting. As a Detroit Lions fan, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I want to spit on those people, for being honest with you. That was disgusting.
I was at the Super Bowl
Wait until the
parade.
draft pick situation was like handled.
Yeah.
And then go jerk, Stafford, oh!
I was
but
at the
while
Super
the draft
Bowl parade.
pick, yeah, you were, but not by design.
No, not by design. Just happened to be there. I'm going to go see this.
While you're gone, I spat everywhere you sat, too.
I was wearing all Lions gear, though.
Hell yeah.
I had the Lions flag.
I was
there on my chest.
vehemently against the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford on that run up until they made it to the Super Bowl. Once they beat the Buccaneers, though, I knew I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like, that was the only defense like worthy of like stopping those guys in those playoffs. I was like, fuck. And he went like
Stafford was going nuts.
Bro, he went God mode in that game.
He did.
Because the Tom and them caught back up.
Yeah.
And he just threw an absolute bomb to Cooper Kupp to put them in the red zone. I was like, all right, well, the game.
Yeah, the Detroit Rams shit was so whack. I saw those shirts. I saw
Disgusting
people I
behavior.
know like buy those shirts. And I was like, dude, you're fucking loser.
Scabs and Woodward for stat. Detroit Rams for Sims.
Like I said, I was happy for Stafford to win the Super Bowl. I love Stafford, but I was never a Detroit Ram. Like,
that's just so whack.
Shit's so stupid.
This is gross. Let's go to a quick break. When we
It's
get
corny.
back, JB, did you find our postseason or our predictions from earlier?
Yeah, so I sent them in Slack and in our chat too.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. When we get back, I'm nervous to see who I picked and what we got. Is it the draft or is it the
Braylon's
the
calling me
predictions?
right now. Should I answer?
Do it in a commercial. Don't Julio Jones them. Like, or was that Julio Jones Shannon Sharp did that with? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Well,
Tell us about Lady
commercial
Jane's
time.
though.
Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Feldman is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. With over 18 locations, there's one right in your backyard. Just visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the one nearest you. Also, check out Woodward Sports live every other Monday for Feldman Chevrolet at Novi.
Scuba ice cream.
I do declare.
I do declare. Fucking declare. Hit the like button, 5-star review. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. 5-star review on our podcast platforms. I'm
5
Eazy,
stars.
Spin More Racks, Young Chris,
Hi.
JB Smooth, Unky Pete in the building, eating in front of our fat asses. That's just so considerate of him. Get the fuck out of there. Oh, smash that like button.
Smash.
All right, guys. Kind of nervous because JB has them. Our preseason predictions for postseason awards, division winners, and whatnot. What's on that list you got, JB?
So we got Coach of the Year.
Ooh.
Hold on one sec. Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, and Spencer wrote this, Kim K Player of the Year. So Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh, I'm a funny guy.
What are we doing first? MVP?
We could do the Kim K one. I'm making them all right now. I do have that one done. Just give me one moment.
Oh, you have to make them. We just want to see them.
They're
No. Let's do defensive player.
Defensive player of the year.
I don't know why I meant to say MVP.
So
but
far, defensive player of the year. Easy. You had Micah Parsons.
Okay.
I had TJ Watt.
Oh, these are drafts.
Yeah, these are the drafts.
Sick.
I had TJ Watt. Chris had Nick Bosa. JB had Myles Garrett. JB also had Hutchinson. Chris had Quentin Williams. I had Sauce, and you had Hassan Reddick.
I got the sauce. All right, let me pull up the.
You took CJGJ?
I took CJGJ?
Yeah.
I thought he got hurt.
Yikes.
What do you mean, yikes?
Yikes.
He could have led the league in turnovers.
I got Max Crosby with my last
Max
pick.
Crosby in the 4th round is a good pick.
That's a steal.
I got Fred Warner in the 4th round, but it's between me or JB.
Well, let's see. Because we're doing
it's going to be Garrett or TJ.
I don't know why I went that first, by the way. All right, you want the top 5?
Yeah.
All right.
Micah Parsons, Garrett, TJ.
Oh, man.
Max Crosby.
So, yeah, it's Myles Garrett as the favorite at -220. Micah Parsons in second for 270. TJ Watt in third +470. And then Crosby +6,000. So who had Myles Garrett?
JB.
I did.
JB, you're the winner. What?
No, what?
Well, it's not yet.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, no one's won the
Doesn't
award
win
yet.
yet.
Okay,
They got to
okay.
win the actual fucking award. We're not going off of betting odds.
Well, I'm in second place. You are in third. Chris, you suck as always.
Wait, am I really last?
You had Nick Bosa.
Nick
yeah.
Bosa.
Oh.
Well, Nick Bosa's
But I had
number one.
Crosby,
Quentin Williams,
though.
Aaron Donald, Crosby. Yeah, you are last.
He had Aaron Donald and Crosby.
It's crazy that. Well, I guess this is like preseason, but yeah, you picked him last.
All right, what are we doing next?
Let's go.
MVP? I don't think MVP's on here.
I don't think we. I don't think
we did MVP.
No, we didn't. We do have our draft for the offensive rookies of the year.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right, let me find it on here. Hold
Yeah, Spenny's looking pretty good.
on. Number 1. C.J. Stroud.
Spenny got him in the second round.
Yeah, second round pick for Spenny. Number 2, Puka Nacua.
Nobody.
Nobody. Spenny. Sam Laporta.
4th round pick.
Number 3. He's plus 10,000.
Well, yeah, it's going to be Stroud.
Yeah. Wow, man. I thought Gibbs would be higher on here. This is based on odds on a gambling website we will not name because there's no free advertisements. Number 4 is Zay Flowers. That's me. Devon A. Chain 5. Then Gibbs 5th, which is me as well. Nah. I say I can't believe Bijan's in there, but I guess it makes sense. All right. Next up, who is this? Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Number 1, who do you think it is?
Jalen Carter.
President Carter. JB.
Haha.
Number 2, Will Anderson.
Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nobody grabbed this guy. Kobe Turner. Who even is that?
No idea.
Bum.
Does he play for the Does he play for the Rams?
Who's next?
I have no idea.
Witherspoon?
I gotta find out who Kobe Turner. No, actually. 1, 2, 3. Brian Branch. And that went to
JB.
4th
round pick.
Nice. And then Witherspoon, then Joey Porter Jr. Let me find out who Kobe Turner is.
You got Witherspoon and Joey Porter Jr. Damn, I got nobody on that list. I got fucking Jack Campbell, Nolan Smith.
I'm doing the best.
Ooh, damn, I'm good. Yeah, Kobe Turner, defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I'm pretty sure he was drafted. No, I think he was drafted just before our guy, Broderick Martin. Let me look.
Damn, nobody took
What?
What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, for Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah.
Well, all right, read it off to me.
You got MCDC.
Or actually, I guess I should just read the candidates.
Yeah.
All right. So according to Vegas, number 1 is Kevin Stefanski.
Nobody took him.
Nobody took him?
Yep.
Number 2, D'Amico Ryans.
JB.
Wow, nice pick.
Second rounder.
Number 3, Shane Steichen.
Nobody took him.
Number 4, Dan the Man Campbell.
You got him.
Let's go. And then 5, John Harbaugh.
Chris got him.
Nice. Good job.
Hell yeah.
And then the last place is Sean McVay.
I don't like these good jobs. They're very condescending. They're like, oh shit, you actually got one.
You took Frank Reich.
Ooh.
Ouch. Oops. I got Dennis Allen, Sean Payton, Arthur Smith, and Pete Carroll.
Sean McVay should be higher.
I put my money into whoever wins the fucking NFC South basket because I took Dennis Smith,
That's a horrible.
Dennis Allen and Arthur Smith.
Horrible basket to be in there.
Yeah.
All right, let me find.
I can't believe I didn't pick D'Amico Ryans.
Let me find the Kim K Player of the Year.
Chris took Zach Taylor, number 1.
Or actually,
JB took Rob Saleh in the first round.
I mean, you almost got it.
Which looked good at first.
Looked good at
now.
first.
Here, I have this one as a graphic. We can read this one because this was one.
No,
of
don't
them
put it
that
up
made
as a graphic.
Oh.
It will look bad.
You just doesn't want people to see his handwriting.
No, I just think it's just a picture of a piece of paper with writing on it. Yeah. All right, this is the Kim K Player of the Year.
Okay, a.k.a. Comeback Player of the Year. There's actually only 1, 2, 3 candidates.
Yeah. Who's number 1?
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a dirtbag.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correct, this guy goes, all right, we're doing Comeback Player of the Year. I got first pick. This guy.
Did he get cut?
This guy.
I had a
Is
dream.
he still rostered?
I had a dream last night that he had an interception. I'm not even lying.
This guy gave himself first pick.
I had a dream last night. I was watching a Bills game and DeMar Hamlin got an interception.
Okay, who's 2
Put
and 3?
all your money on DeMar Hamlin interception in the next game.
Don't do that.
Your savings.
Number 2, Joe
Your
Flacco.
child's college
Joe Flacco
fund.
is not on the list.
Number 3,
No one's seen that
Chris, put the
coming.
list back up there. Kim K Player of the
Told
Year.
him not to put it on. Don't put it on. Number 3,
Yeah, well, I mean, he already put it up there, so the shame was already there.
Baker Mayfield.
Not on the list.
Number 4, Matthew Stafford.
Easy got him.
Let's go.
I think there could be a case for Lamar Jackson.
I think Breece Hall should be in there.
Case for Lamar Jackson. Breece Hall. Why?
You took
why would
Trey
they-
Lance as the comeback player of the year.
That was a first round pick, too.
Bro.
I think this is before he got traded. So like, if
Yeah, you thought he was going to start over Purdy. I remember that.
Yep.
Oh,
he would have got it because he got hurt the year previously.
J.K. Dobbins came back to come back.
Did
to
I get
injury.
Stafford? I got Stafford on there.
You got Stafford. Yeah, he's your last pick.
he's the last pick.
All right, Offensive Player of the Year.
I don't know if that list is on there.
Do you have that on there?
No, I think it's what we did: offensive rookie, defensive rookie.
Damn, because I know I remember taking
Defensive Player of
CMC
the
and being
Year.
like proud of it. No, yeah, I don't think we.
Yeah, I think I took Nick Chubb.
Oof. Well, CMC, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb.
I have to
Lamar
look
Jackson.
back again and see if I have more pictures. But yeah, those are the ones I can find.
No, that's good. I got to go back and see who our division winners were. Or do I wait till next week?
That's what I want to do. Yeah, next week.
Wait till next week.
Wait till next week for that
Let
one.
me tell you guys about Big Boy. A Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy.
Slim Jim.
Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe Garden. Also the new apple pie hotcakes. They're too good to miss. Top it all off with a new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. And join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Swiss Insurance is the perfect place to shop your home and auto insurance. Make sure you guys do it the best. That's my guy, Mark. Contact him, Mark, at SwissINS.com, or give him a call at 248-800-4177. And I'm just stalling now because now I'm going to sing you the Swiss jingle. You guys ready for that one? Mm-hmm. Swiss.
All right, that's enough of that.
Shotty got Swiss.
That's what I went with.
Swiss.
Yeah, I do it all day. I want
It
to
froze
test
on me
myself.
again.
Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at sports.com. My boy Eazy, Joe, my guy Smooth Rex, Young Chris, JB Smooth.
He's not gonna get it.
Uncle Pete. Fellas.
I know I wasn't looking.
You're a spitball stuff.
Yeah. Look out, feds. Shotty got
You were
Swiss.
you snitched him like 3 times in one day.
Swiss.
Damn, girl.
Oh, yeah, Swiss. Speaking of girls, Chris, you got this?
Yeah, I'm getting it right now.
I thought you could call someone a girl.
Speaking of girls, Chris, you fucking falafel. No.
Listen here, you ham. How's
You
nobody
fucking
used that
egg
yet?
Listen up, sliced turkey. So this was a score today.
Listen up, you frozen carrot.
Grambling State Tigers showed the College of Biblical Studies their God is a lie because they beat them in women's basketball 159-18.
This is your God!
This is like, there's got to be a mercy rule on something, right?
God shows no mercy.
That has to be the highest
Also-
point total for a women's basketball game in the history of women's basketball.
Those girls are questioning their
the
religion.
College of Biblical Studies 0-1 and the other team is 6-5?
Yeah, that's true.
Because no one wants to play their satanic
Probably not a lot
cult.
of teams sign up to play the College of Biblical Studies. They probably play like the College of Satanic Studies, the College of Scientology, the College of...
I'm going to take the College of Scientology, probably got some ballers on it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Buddha College?
Buddha
Which one?
College.
Buddha
yeah.
College. They beat the fear of God into them.
That is crazy, bro.
Do you think any of those girls are questioning their religion? Like, not even like a religion?
Hell yeah, JB.
Hell
Bringing
yeah.
back
Great
the
drop.
goats.
Great drop. Do you think those girls are like, after the game, like, God?
No, they're warriors.
They are warriors.
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Like God, what did I do?
God, why did we just get
Deserve
shit
this.
on so hard?
Yeah, like, seriously though, like, what am I doing wrong? I joined your school, all that stuff.
That shit is wild, bro. 159 points has to be a record for a girls basketball.
Well, I mean,
team.
let's be honest. There's all sisters on Grambling State. College Biblical Studies probably got.
No, there's a white girl and there's a white girl on Grambling State and a black girl on the College of Biblical Studies in that picture.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I don't know what's going on there.
Racist, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Jesus.
Racist for bringing race
Damn
in
taquito.
for no reason. No reason.
Don't be a plum, dude.
Yeah, don't be a plum. Don't be a fucking plum.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure the other girl
Ryan
like
C
Latina
said,
or
"Damn,
something.
I had them at minus 142."
That's a good one.
That means you hit. That means you hit though.
That's fucking funny.
I'm gonna keep an eye actually on that for sure. That's an easy lick every game. I feel like
Every game the College of Biblical Studies plays.
Yeah, bro.
You just take
Smash the
take
throwing
the other
$101
team
on them
fucking
tomorrow. We got checks
separate
tomorrow.
spread like plus 500 or something.
I need to
like
check on that. Can you bet on that?
There's no way you can.
Why
you
would you
bet
bet
on-
on women's?
Can you
sports?
bet
Well, like you
against
can
them?
bet on like Chinese basketball,
You gotta bet
Chinese
on-
women's
JB, you
basketball.
gotta bet
Okay,
on real
right?
sports.
Chinese baseball, yeah.
Yeah, so why can't we
Can't bet on
American
hobbies.
women? I want to bet on American girls.
Stop being a chalupa, Easy. That's what Booner said.
Stop being a chalupa. Booner, you fucking sausage.
you corn dog.
You fucking corn dog. What's the worst thing on the Taco Bell menu?
Their wings.
The
that
chicken
you- their
wings.
wings that you were trying to
Those don't count,
defend.
though. Those don't count. Taco Bell wings too many syllables too.
I don't know. Taco Bell doesn't have any like
Right?
really bad.
It's really all the same ingredients. It's like different.
The same like 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
Every,
It's different.
Just different combinations.
I'm not a big fan of the Mexican pizza, so.
I've never had one, but
Mexican
that's a
pizza.
controversial statement.
Why?
Because I know everybody loves the Mexican pizza.
Like pretzel pizza.
No, like
No.
people actually love
No.
the Mexican pizza.
I just don't like beans.
I've never had
And
one.
I'm pretty sure there's beans
You
in the
like
Mexican
Yeah, I hate
pizza.
beans.
No,
Yeah.
dude. Beans
Bro,
are
I
fucking
could
beans.
I could eat.
baked beans. I can do.
I could eat refried beans with a spoon.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I do not need the.
You grieve.
That was everything you just did.
Oh,
Was beyond necessary.
Spence.
You're suspended.
I could eat refried beans with a spoon. They're so good.
You're suspended for 4 minutes.
The nacho fries. There's a veggie burrito. Who's getting a veggie burrito from Taco
Dude, are
Bell?
you
Yeah, it was
fucking
Taco Bell
veggie
for veggie.
burrito, dude?
Chicken? No, the chicken burritos were fire, man. They don't have them
Yoda's
anymore.
fire. And, by the way, I don't know why McDonald's thinks they're. I don't know what the fuck.
Snack
they're doing.
wraps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were gas. Why did McDonald's get rid of them?
I have no idea. They need to bring those back.
Well, they said they're bringing them back because like next year or some shit. Like, why are you waiting?
Those
Why
Fiesta
are we-
potatoes from Taco Bell.
Oh,
Those
they used to
bang.
make rice.
Taco Bell.
Yeah,
They
Taco
still
Bell rice.
got rice.
No, they used to do it with like the fixins on it. Wait, they do rice by itself?
They got You can
You
order
sure?
rice. You can order beans by themselves. Pintos and cheese.
But it comes with like the cheese and the sauce they used to put on the rice.
It's just pinto. It's just beans with.
No, I'm talking about the
melted
rice,
cheese.
not the beans. Get the beans. No one here is eating beans outside of you.
Beans are good, man. I don't know
Beans
why
are not
guys
good.
hate on beans.
Beans are not great. There's a reason why they're correlated with farts.
Spenny, can you go eat them right out of the can, Old West style though? Yeah,
for sure. I was thinking about that on the
I'm a
way
beans
here.
guy. I'm a big beans guy.
So a lot of times,
You're
like
a fucking
pre-show,
dumpling is
Spinny's
what
like on
you
his
are.
phone, feet
Shut
kicked
up.
up, not paying attention to shit. And if I'm asking something on the show, he'll like not be listening. So I hit him with like everyone knows your middle name already, but like Spencer Morgan, because I
Yeah.
know like everyone answers to that. Because like
I won't answer that shit.
you answer every time. No,
Really?
you're not good. Yeah,
You've never done it.
I have. Every time you're not paying attention to me, that's what I say.
Gaslight.
No, 100%.
Gaslighting for sure.
Then I'll get his attention. But when I said it, I was like, oh, Arthur Morgan. And I think about making a movie. See that?
Arthur Morgan, yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever correlate yourself to you locking yourself to that of an Arthur Morgan?
Yeah.
Do you take
I'm more
pride
of
in
a
having a
Dutch.
Morgan name?
I'm more of a Dutch.
Dutch is a douche.
Yeah, I know. More of a Dutch.
Dutch Vanderlyn.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Shout
You
out.
liking yourself to Dutch?
I'll be Dutch.
What a great game.
That was
Yeah.
a great game.
Do you think they would change the storyline or they make it the same?
Probably change some things. Can't be that long. It's a long game.
By the way, Wild Wild West is a good movie. I don't care what the
Spenny,
fuck
do you
you
still
bro,
have
to
Make it a
Pizza
TV
and-
show.
That was a terrible
I don't know, I
movie.
haven't
Shut,
been
you are
excited for
lying
years.
out your face right now.
What'd
Wild
he say?
Wild West was a
The Wild Wild
terrible
West is a
movie.
great
No, it's not a good movie.
It's a great
That movie
No,
was
it's
terrible.
What do you mean?
It's not a good movie.
You were 5 when it came out.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
count.
still-
Great
it's-
movie.
Go watch it tonight.
Easy.
I
just
will.
kidding.
I'm gonna
You're
love every fucking
You're
minute
gonna
of
be
it.
like, wow, this movie sucks.
I do declare. I do declare. He's looking at her ass. He's like,
Bloodbath McGrath.
Blood Blad McGrath. Yeah, that's a bad motherfucker. Scary guy.
Easy. I think
He's
it's a
getting
generation
hypnotized.
thing.
He's got
Yeah, exactly. Those are shitty parts of the movie.
Those are great parts. My favorite part, one of my favorite parts, when like, cause he's just like the
It's
girl
more
to
your
begin the movie,
generation than ours.
and then like there's an actual chick with like nice tits with red hair. He's like, oh, boobs look real tonight. Just a little drum. And they're about to like lynch him and shit.
Yeah, bro, it's a bad movie.
Why is that bad? I don't understand why it's bad.
It's bad acting. It's corny. It's
Will
funny.
Smith's a great actor. Great movie.
Yeah, you can be a great actor and have a bad performance.
I think
he's been acting
reason,
like he's in love with Jada for 40 years.
That is true.
Great actor.
That is
The picture of her, so people compare it to Fat
Wild
Joe.
Wild West is horrible. Wild Wild West is mid, not awful.
Listen,
Spenny making
unsubscribe.
SpaghettiO sandwich. Hey, I've had SpaghettiO sandwiches before.
I've had
Struggle
syrup
through.
sandwiches. Yeah, I had fucking mustard sandwiches.
I think Will Smith
Get out
actually
the mud, my
turned
boy.
down
Dude, the,
Mission Impossible for this movie or something.
It was
something like
it
that.
was
some action movie.
It was Matrix.
Yeah,
The Matrix. Yes, he turned down the
It
Matrix.
still
down for
grossed like
this.
220 million, by the way.
Yeah.
So at that time, that's
Still a bad
fucking,
movie.
It's a
But,
good movie. I don't care what you guys.
Cinnamon Sugar Toast.
Everyone knows it, right?
That was a hitter.
It's fucking great. Cinnamon Sugar Toast is great too.
Yeah.
Was he
used to
good
put,
in
like,
that
the-
concussion movie for the NFL?
Never watched
I've
it.
never
yeah.
seen
Never
that.
seen
watched
it.
Fucking
I wasn't
propaganda
interested.
Never
One thing
wanted
to
to
It's
see
see.
not
that movie.
real.
That
There's a
shit
twist
was
at
so
the end.
propaganda.
Concussions are real.
It was literally the fucking Dean Blandino of fucking movies.
Yeah.
Hey, Lions Nation. I know you're upset, but it's all okay.
Sugar sandwich, butter and sugar. Yeah, dude. It's
Also, I had to do a
struggle's real.
report on CT in college, and that guy's like super African. And I just couldn't picture Will Smith. And he's dark skinned.
Mr.
Like,
CTE?
yeah, the guy that discovered it, Dr. Obi, whatever the hell his name is. It's something weird. And I just, Will Smith is like the complete opposite of what that guy looked like. I'm like, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I just knew too much about
Did
everything.
Will Smith speak with a fake accent in that movie?
Fuck yeah, he had to. There is one thing I will say. I'll agree to.
I
the
will
Wild
now
Wild West
strip away
criticism.
the powers of the Black Panther. The powers of the Black Panther will be stripped away.
There was one criticism of the Wild Wild West movie that I actually would agree with. That was like, okay, that would make sense. They're like, Will Smith gave up on the accent halfway through the movie.
Do you remember the memes that were coming out when Joe Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you're not black"? And there were memes.
Did he say that, bro?
Yeah, you don't
What a
remember that?
fucking clown,
And there were
bro.
memes of like,
Oh my god.
there was like,
I hate that guy.
There was like one of this. It was like a cartoon, and it was like a black girl, and she's like, "I'm not voting for you," and he's like, "Well, then you ain't black." And he like took her melanin, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And then there was one. It was Joe Biden as the guy from Black Panther. He's like, "The power of the black person will be stripped away."
Speaking of Joe Biden, who are the Lions playing today or next week or this weekend?
Minnesota! All right, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in.
Smash the like button, smash the like button.
Smash the like button. Share the stream. For Eazy, for JB, for Pete, for
Thanks, you
Chris,
two green
I'm
beans.
Spencer.
Unky
We're the
Pete.
Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.